On this week's video, we're going to visit what I call the other face of Pico Island. What do I mean by that? Well, Pico Island and the other Azores islands all have coastline, they all have villages, they all have plateaus and highlands. All the islands are in different sizes and they are similar, but they all have their unique character. So on Pico Island here, we have the coast, like I mentioned, and we also have the highlands. And here, our highlands are very special. It's dotted with lakes, volcanoes. I think on Pico, there's about 100, I think they told me, volcanoes. And one main volcano is Pico Island, obviously dormant. But anyways, we went this week, actually a few days ago, we went up and we had a great time. We had some guests here, but not only guests here at our rental, but they're our friends. Anyways, they were visiting us for about 2 weeks and they just left. But the day before they left, and we actually did some touring with them while they were here, we had a lot of fun. But before they left, they got a call from Chrissy. She goes, "Carlos, remember those wild horses you guys told me about? I want to go see them." I said, "Well, yeah, they're pretty much on the highlands." He goes, I said, "You know what, if the weather's good, let's do it." And we did. And this video is about that, just us going through it. Now, I didn't do a lot of talking throughout the video, okay, because it's windy up there. You're about 800 to 1,000 meters above sea level, more or less. And but the visuals are amazing. I've already seen them. So I'm just kind of setting up the video for you guys, and then I'm going to let it roll and you guys can just watch. But so before doing that, this part of the island, I have a tip for those of you that have never been here, have never done it. I'll put the tip a little later at the end of the you see the visuals, and I'll leave the tip with you because it's important. So stay tuned. How do you do this tour? Well, first of all, you start on the east side of the island, the most easterly point, let's say around the Piedad. There's a few ways to start going up. The key is to look to get over to the yellow roads. There are no red. Red on the map means they're the best roads. Then you have the yellow, second best, and then you have white, third best. So the key is to get on the best roads you can. So in our case, we went up. And you just start climbing, you know, the landscape is just out of this world, very scenic, very green. As you start passing and you climb, then you come down, you might be going around kind of the cone, gorgeous. You'll see some times the island of St. George below, sometimes Fayal, and it's just another world up there. That's why I call it the other face of Pico. All right, I will also add that on this day, I mean, the weather was fine, but it doesn't always, it was fine when we started, and I guess through most of the time, but it does change quite quickly up there. And it did near the end as we started coming down again and making our way back, because we basically crossed through the top and we actually wind up on the westerly part of the island, the town of Madalena. So, and like I said, along the way, you will be seeing different lakes. I think I'm just going to top of my head, Rosario Lake, there's Callado Lake, Paul Lake, and a few others, okay? But I think the thing is just to be up there, because you can go in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes at times, depending which lake you go to or which area. You can just drive up from one of the villages on the coast and you're in a different environment. It's almost like Wales. That's what Christine, she's British. She kept telling me, "This reminds me of Wales." And I think it's an experience. A lot of times people don't see this part of the island because they're not here long enough. Okay, that's why you should stay, 5 days or more. I always recommend on Pico. And if you're just here for a couple of days and you got a taxi, the taxi is just going to do the circle. You will miss this special part of not only Pico Island or the Azores. I'm going to say Europe, because this is it's very special. And anyways, I'll leave it at that, and then I'll come back to you after you watch it. And yes, we did see wild horse. All right, guys, enjoy. So what did you guys think? Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We definitely did. I always do when I go up there. And it's just a special area. I mean, Pico Island has a lot to offer, just like a lot of the other Azorean islands. I think the size of Pico allows more, we have access to more because the shape of the island is kind of wide, long, a lot of it's accessible by walking, by cycling, by ATV, by car, hiking, you name it, you can get up there. Even people that have mobility issues, they can just get in a car and they get to experience what we've experienced, right? And it's just being up every 5 minutes we get up, we kind of changes, and we were basically alone up there a lot of the times. Just so peaceful. I think that's the word that comes out. And I think when people get up there and they kind of say, "Oh my God, I didn't know this was up here," because you think you look in the map, but it's a big area, right? I've only scratched the surface. There's still more for us to discover, and we will, and hopefully we can put it on our channel. You guys can see it. Now, the tip before I let you guys go, the tip is this. These are, you're up there, and at times even the roads that are supposed to be better, okay, sometimes they're not always, not the whole road, because these are long roads, winding roads, up and down. And because of the weather, sometimes you get a lot of rain here, and the roads get all eroded a bit, right? So you just got to be careful. You got to go slow, okay? Take your time. I don't never go up when I know the weather's going to be bad, like let's say 80% of rain or whatever. Usually, you could just ask some of the locals, or you can usually on the weather channel, they'll tell you. You just avoid it. But on a day like we went up, it was nice and sunny most of the time. We were told about the road, so we were extra careful. And the way it is, it's just potholes. Sometimes you got small ones, sometimes you got big ones, gravelly. So you just got to work your way around them. Sometimes the roads are a bit narrower in certain areas, so you just go slow. That's the key, is slow, low. We say low and slow, right? So and I think that's a very important tip to remember. People that come here for the first time, they should always be aware of this. You got rental cars. Sometimes the cars are smaller. Obviously, the bigger the car, the better you're going to handle the bit of the bumps and bit of the holes. They do some work on it over time, but it's so slow. They also work slow. So the main complaint is these roads need to be fixed quicker, which could be just putting gravel or a little cement. And I'm not saying the whole road was like that, no, but you'll get patches, okay? And just keep an eye out, right? So, and the key to go in good weather is that you also don't want to get stuck up there in fog or major rain. You want it to have the day, even if it's cloudy, no problem. And I think it's important. I always like to be upfront and let people know how things are, right? And that's the tip I'll leave with you guys. I guess the last tip is what I mentioned earlier. Come, if you can be here for 5 days or longer, a week. Like they were here for 2 weeks, they got to see a lot. They also got to do nothing, which is good to kind of put nothing days in between because you're always doing something. Here you can whale watch, hike, kayak. It's just so many activities, nature activities that you can do. It's also good to just relax, do little, maybe visit a wine museum or the Whalers Museum. So much to see. Anyways, most of it's around nature, and that's why we love this place so much. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Art and Chrissy are now back in Canada. Great time. Great to see you guys. It was a while. Great catching up. And hopefully they live up north in Ontario, a couple of hours from Toronto. And they also had bad climate there, rain, flooding, a bit of flooding. Hopefully the cottage is okay, your home's okay when you got back. And yeah, because the weather's never, that's another reason to stay longer, right? Because sometimes you get lucky, every day is sunny, but here in the Azores, the odds of that are not high, right? So if you love nature, you'll enjoy the rain at times, the wind, which is, but this April's been abnormal. It's just, the winter's kind of continue. We're kind of getting a bit tired of it. We want the more steady spring kind of weather, which is what we're hoping for. And maybe on the next video, we'll give you some of that. Anyways, thanks for your support. You guys have really like the last videos we put out, Fayal video and the one before that, where we touring the island. Thank you so much. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions or need more information on Pico, our villa here, Villa Vine Lava, that we rent out, let me know. Send me an email and I'll be quick to respond. Guys, see you in the next video.